What's going on, Sumolings? Thank you for joining us for another product walkthrough webinar. We are joined by the team over at Remote Team. Remote Team is an all-in-one HR platform offering document management, international payment processing, time tracking, and more. You can get it today on AppSumo starting at just $59 for a lifetime deal. Before we dive into the walkthrough, I just want to tell you a few quick things. The first is that if you want to tell us a little about your use case, if you want to tell us about your business and why you're interested in Remote Team, we would love to hear that over in the chat room. You can also ask us any questions that you have in the Q&A box down below the video. We do have a couple people on standby to answer those questions, and we will also circle back to those at the end of the walkthrough. And make sure that those answers are available in the third thing is the replay. So if you need to step out, you can. This will be available to you indefinitely, so you can watch it as many times as you want. All right, that's all I have to say. Shaheen, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. I'm
Awesome.
doing great. Yeah. And where are you guys located? Where are you located?
I am in Los Angeles. AppSumo is in Austin.
Great.
Primarily, yeah. We're all over.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I am located in Bay Area, and Joseph is
I'm
located
in
here.
Los Angeles as well.
We've been talking about our neighborhoods, getting to know each other.
It's a little bit crazy in LA. It's a little bit interesting. So many things going on in the world.
Yes.
And Adam is in Europe. Adam, do you want to say hi?
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, so we are actually 3 people right now here. Like, I'm more in the product side. I'm the founder and CEO. Joseph here is the sales, head of partnerships, sort of the marketing, and then Adam is building everything. So we are like the whole team is the main team is here, and we have a actually 25 people team. And everyone works so much to build a new kind of product for the new kind of world we are getting in today. And we have a huge belief that most of the world is already going remote. And now with all the stuff that is happening, the companies are going remote. They are not returning back to offices. We are getting news every day. And the good thing is, where I am very excited about in general in Silicon Valley and in tech world mostly, the companies are becoming international. And the good thing is, like, now we believe everyone from anywhere in the world able to work with anyone everywhere in the world, right? So that trend was happening in the last 3-4 years, and we start to see a lot of successful companies are nearly all remote, full remote, right? And most of the time, because Silicon Valley is very playbook driven, when there's a lot of success in one particular area, a lot of people start to copy that success. And now I am hearing from nearly the whole community that, like, the whole world, the whole community is actually motivating startups to go for remote. And we want to get our product to in front of as many people as possible. And AppSumo, I think, is amazing. Like, I was beginning to submit our product into many communities in my life, but I can say this, like, AppSumo people are very passionate, amazing feedbacks. We are getting amazing feedbacks, very detailed feedbacks. They are really using the products. There's, like, we are so excited about it. Like, we are so excited. And like, we are happy to show you some things, but we can also get some questions as well. How do you guys want to continue?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and walk us through some common use cases, how to use the product, and then I'm going to go ahead, turn off my mic and my video, and you can just say, hey, Lindsay, let's get those questions whenever you are ready for them. Sumolings, leave those questions in the Q&A box down below the video. Sound good?
Yeah, it's perfect. So awesome. This is our website. Like, we have a very beautiful 3D world, actually. I really like it. We really enjoy it. So our vision is like operating a remote team is very difficult. So we try to make the operating remote team is as simple as possible. And we are learning and adding things every single day. And we have a very fast iteration cycles that we really listen to our customers nonstop, and we really add the features that they like to add. So it's very simple. It's actually self-servicing, like anyone can sign up. So I will just show one of my friends' company, and it's a real company, app company, very beautiful app. I love this app. It's they are building a augmented reality app called Leo AR, and it's like you can create some videos with augmented reality objects. Very beautiful app. Female founder, Dana Loberg. So they have a team in Turkey. They have 10 people in Turkey, and they have 3 people in the United States. So their engineering is in US, in Turkey, and their um, uh, product design and the founder CEO is in United States. So this is like a very typical company that use our platform, mostly remote, and they are doing a lot of international payments. Where we are really putting so much efforts, and where we really believe we're gonna do a great job, and where I believe we are doing a great job is uh, trying to optimize the payments and able it to send the money in a specific route or a country as cheap as possible, as fast as possible. So we have multiple payment partners that we integrated, because what we are hearing from a lot of startups is when they want to pay more than 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, they use bank wires, Pioneer, PayPal, TransferWise. So we tell them like we can streamline the whole thing. So in a nutshell, like we also designed the system more like feels like a US payroll. It's very US payroll is in general way structured. A lot is greatly structured, and corporate America is doing it for decades. So the way it works, let me show you. Let's start a June payroll. This is a real company, by the way. So they have a $11,000 burn rate, and then they click run, and then they see hourly people, they see full-time people, and then like with the way our system works is you can just click each of them and click pay people. And then when they do click pay people, you see them, our system smartly selects, or we can work with our startups that like what is the best way to pay to these people. So in this case, they're all using TransferWise, right? But there's an option to do different kind of payments as well, but based on their currencies and their countries. So this guy is in Europe, this is Turkish, this is getting his money in dollars. So we can smartly find the best, cheapest way to send to these countries. And then you click save and continue. So let me actually do, I'm gonna run a real payroll, by the way. So I will select one lucky guy, let's say. Let's go for Ahmed. So I will do pay. And then the cool thing is like people can edit how much they want to pay. Some people do weekly, bi-weekly, every 15 days, or they just want to do a payroll. And every time you do a transaction, so everyone is sort of under the legal standpoint, they are independent contractors, they are freelancers, right? So in this case, like when we create this, it automatically creates an invoice as well. So we will say save and continue, and it calculates the euro amount as well. And then we said, okay, you need this much money in TransferWise, and it's waiting for TransferWise. And what we did it, because this company used TransferWise, we automatically create the payment in TransferWise. And then when the balance is there, or when they go to TransferWise and approve it, we pay these people. And we can also do this fully automated as well. We have a system called remote payment. So I will show you here. So this is example and real together actually. So in remote payment, we also streamline multiple payment providers throughout the world. Like for Brazil, we have a specific bank that we work with Brazil to send absolutely cheapest way to Brazil. So in remote payment, Like we tell them, okay, you need to have this much balance, or you are sending this much money, and the system automatically sends the money. So this is the payroll piece. And one thing that I can get some questions for the payroll. Yeah, can we enter salary information for each person separate? Of course. Yeah, we can do. So one good thing about us, we know the startups very well. Thank you very much for the question, Lasana, right? Lasana. So we can do ACH as well, and we can do. We can also do separate information. Of course, everyone has you can define different uh, payrolls for different people, and you can set it as just one fix. You can set it as hourly, or you can set it as weekly as well. So one example I can let me go to a demo this time, because I'm going to create a person. So let's say I'm adding a new member, and then I will say Sean Boyd, Sean at google.com. Oh my God, he will probably get the email from us. So you can see all these options in our system. So let's say we're gonna make this guy full-time, right? And then we did something very cool here. I really like it. So you can select $500, and you can select the currency, and then you select monthly. We will show you what is his hourly rate, monthly rate, and yearly rate. Or you can set them as, I want to pay them as hourly. So so you get the hourly, monthly, and year. This is pretty light. You don't need to use TransferWise. TransferWise is for us. Is a lot of companies are using TransferWise, Pioneer, PayPal. We just integrate with these guys. So, but you don't need to use TransferWise. And most of the time, TransferWise might not be cheap, and most of the time, TransferWise doesn't send dollar to so many countries, right? So, like we have a lot of startups from a lot of places, and sending money to a lot of different countries. Let's say one example is Russia. Like in Russia, like TransferWise is not able to send dollars, and a lot of people love to get dollars. Like this is what we are seeing and hearing from a lot of freelancers, a lot of independent contractors. We don't call them independent contractors, most time call them team members, teammates. But the cool thing is, like we were able to send with different payment partners dollar to the world. So we are working for hooking up with PayPal. It's a common theme that's coming, but it's actually cheaper to send it through directly wire. Sometimes it's also cheaper to send it through Pioneer. So, but we are already in talks with PayPal to add it in our system, and you can pay them as project as well. So we are adding a new feature for this project, but right now currently is anyone can do a reimbursement in the system. So let me show you how is that works. So you can, any person who you give them an account can come here and say, I want to get $400, right? Or $500, and they select the currency, and they can write a description. I completed my project. Please check GitHub, right? And they can request, and they can put a date here, and they can request a $500, and then you can pay them in the next month, or you can pay them now. Yeah. Just do you want to let's look at the questions? Yeah, payroll. The wage is hourly. I don't
we
see.
can add, like, can we use ACH? Currently, we don't support it, and it will be released in 2 weeks. It's in private beta, and for ACH, and we can, what is
Yeah,
this?
another question is payday per day. Yeah, we never thought about it. Yeah, let's set payday. Like, yeah, we normally in US calculations, 1 day is 8 hours, but we can do like per day, yeah, right? But
We
is it
can.
eight? Is it when you say per day, is it like 8 hours a day, or it will be 24 hours? So that's interesting. Is it the workday or the whole day? So in US payroll or mostly in global payroll, it's mostly 8 hours. 8 hours a day. But like we have teammates work 12 hours a day, right? I work so much. So
They clarified in the chat, regardless of the number of hours, it's a flat rate. Do you have a flat rate fee?
yes. Yeah, there's of course. The flat rate is one of the most common use case is just like, and a lot of typical tech companies, there's flat rate. I will say flat rates are probably 60, 70%, and the rest is hourly. Even in remote team, we have flat rates, hourly, and yeah,
Can you
flat rate
show us how
hourly.
to do that?
Yeah, of course.
Cool,
So
thanks.
if you let me go and add a new person. So let me go this company. So if you go people, hire a new team member, let's call it uh, Charlie, Charlie John, and then email. Let's send an email to Google, and this backend, you can select where they are. Let's say you can define, let's say independent contractor and just say salaried monthly of $1,000, and then it can be any currency, and then this is per month. And then you click save and continue. And then in everyone, we are adding a new feature as well. Like now the whole system is monthly, but we are adding like periods like bi-weekly, every 15 day, every 2 weeks, or first day and 15th of the month. So, but now you just click save and continue. Let's don't send a message to this guy. Let's send it to CTO in Google. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so we had this person, and in the payroll, when you do a start June payroll, see I had $1,000, I will see this person, Charlie here. Yeah. So did we miss any questions?
We missed the paying by project, and we will release that feature, I think, in next week. It's on the way. You will be able to pay by project, and there will be a project you will create and assign to people. When they say, I completed it, you will approve, and you just click the pay button to pay it.
Yeah, well, that's actually, we learned it from AppSumo, motivate us to do that. Like we got a lot of requests from that. Thank you very much. And now we just like, Adam and his team just works non-stop to do that. So it's great. So we have,
be ready on beginning of next week.
yeah, so we have very interesting other cool, cute things that I think it's sort of, I like it a lot. So we have a team in Africa, we have a team in Turkey, we have a team in United States. So this is very interesting. So in Nigeria, it's the Democracy Day, right? So we actually add every single holiday in the world in our system. So, and then we notify you. And then the funny thing is what we do is we're gonna add a Wikipedia link here. When you click that, you will see something related to that holiday. And to be honest, like there's so many interesting holidays in the world. Like the more diverse we get, like we're gonna learn so many interesting holidays. We had an engineer in London, and there's like a beer holiday or something like funny, interesting. So that creates a conversation. So we want to do a lot of things around the cultural communication and like bringing the cultures together. And this holiday is something so simple, and it's very important to people. And we have some requests to add religious holidays here, because in most religious holidays, it's not an official holiday. Like in US, for Jewish people or Muslim people, or for a lot of thousands of religion, the religious holidays are not official holidays. But we want to add them here as well to support like a lot of religious holidays here. This is like something that we really, really want to do. And we have interesting things like documents. We use it a lot. So when you have contractors, freelancers, you have your NDAs, you have your invention agreements, you have, if you are a US-based company, you have your W-8B EMB. So that's very interesting. One of our investors is some guy from Dropbox, Adam Nash, and he told me that we actually built something like easier and cooler than DocuSign or HelloSign. So you don't need to have a separate account in HelloSign or DocuSign. You can just come here and easily attach a form, and when someone onboards, they can sign this form. So one example is, I can show this NDA, and the cool thing is we have a lawyer in-house, like nonstop. Like we have a full-time lawyer, and he goes and he's nuts. He talks with every single lawyer in any country he can get. And now we built an independent contractor agreement compatible for 50 plus countries. And we are adding more and more and more. And we are also adding these lawyers in our system too. So let's say you are hiring someone in, let's say, Brazil, and you want to make sure that they are under a freelancer and independent contractor. We can help you with that. And our agreements actually designed for that. So we have this document signature feature that, like, you can upload the document and you can select automatically where you want to put the name, the full name. This is a confidential agreement, and then signature, and then they click next. And when you start to work with your teammate, they can just instantly sign it here, so they don't need to go anywhere else. And all these documents can be downloaded as well. Like this is, and then we have this cute feature that you can remind them, and then if they didn't fill it, you can request them to sign these documents as well. So we add this, and there are some companies who is hiring who is hiring a lot of people, and then not working with them any later on. So we have these documents to terminate and hire them. So we have also a lot of apps in our platform, and we are very open to feedback. We are gonna add 30 more apps here very, very soon. It's already finished. We are working on the UI. So what we wanna do also is, like, when you are running a remote operation, we want to able to put all the apps that people are using here. So let's say you have Slack, Zoom, Notion, Figma for designers, or support apps, Intercom, CryptChat, right? So we're gonna have these apps here, and when you hire someone, you will able to add that person onto that app and create an account automatically through that. This is a feature that we are very, very, very excited about, because the reason is we are hiring people, and like today I just hired someone. I had to go to Notion, I have to go to Google, I have to go to Dropbox, I probably spent 30-40 minutes just to add these people in the right tool. So we are adding that, and this will be more like a community driven. So if you guys have any kind of integrations, we're going to have a button called request an integration, and we are going to add that integration as well. So we have a lot of
Shane,
like
can you show again the flat rate?
Flat rate?
Yeah, can you hire a new person in the test company to show the
for sure. Let me go here.
Also explain
yes.
how the daily wage will work here.
Yeah, that will be great. So let's say her name is Daisy Jordan, and let's send an email to Google again. So let's say they are in, let's say, Brazil, and then we're gonna hire them as independent contractor. We click save, and then it will be like monthly. So it will be, let's say, $1,000, and then let's send them in dollar. And then if it's day, so you figure out what is the day, hours. If it's 8 hours, I will calculate that here. We don't have the daily, but what we can do is, if it is, how we can do this quickly. So if it's hourly, if you are paying someone, let's say $48, right? And if it's 8-hour work, I will say 3 hours hourly. So it will automatically be $24 daily, right? And then monthly will be this, and yearly will be this. But we're gonna add daily here as well. I think it's a cool idea. Yeah. Bulk uploading is something that we want to do it, but if you can send us the for Excel, we can do it for you. Right now, we don't have it. Most of the people, when they are coming our platform, like we can do that feature, but the problem in that feature is like everyone keeps it differently. So we are always available on Intercom, always like 24 hours. So if you just upload the independent contractors, we can edit in the system pretty quickly. Yeah, that is. So we had that already in place, but we do it in the backend. Like we didn't put a import, but we are planning to put something like a bulk import from your Slack, import from your Google, import from Office 365 and other tools that you have. And this is very interesting actually. If you have a time tracking app like Time example, you can also import people from Time to our app. So we're gonna support that as well. Yeah. Joseph, do you want to add anything? Or we like
Yeah, so I'm actually going to respond to Mark's question about the connecting to accounting software. So right now we don't have an accounting software that integrates with our platform, but QuickBooks is something that we've had our eye on. It's definitely on our roadmap, and that kind of feature, accounting feature, is something we definitely want to expand on. I'd like to add though as well, we can export it for you that you can then have it and probably upload it through your accounting software. So hopefully that answers your question, Mark.
Yeah, Mark, I actually 2 days ago I was talking with multiple accountants and how everyone is sort of have their own different ways, but I think we are coming up with a good structure to separate each item, separate the person, and then integrate it with QuickBooks. I personally want this. I really, really need it. And our startups are gonna ask soon. I believe that is, we want to integrate in multiple accounting softwares, not just QuickBooks, but Xero, QuickBooks, Wave Apps, yeah, as well, right?
Yeah, so Mark, to repeat real quick. So yeah, right now we don't have an integration with the accounting software, but QuickBooks is something that we've been actively discussing and it's definitely on our roadmap. I can't give you a precise timeline on it, but yeah, it's something that we're definitely focused on, and we're definitely trying to expand our accounting feature. But additionally, we can produce those documents for you, so you can have the information on your transactions and all the management of your team. So then you can probably upload that to whatever accounting software that you use.
Yeah, yeah. And Celia, we have a very good affiliate program. I think I can click answer live.
No,
Yeah.
I think the question is here, they want to track their commissions on the remote team.
Yes.
Because they have
yes. Is it the question? We have a tap.
No.
What was
and the question
tap
is,
affiliate?
do you guys support it? Like people can put their items there, or they can put people and they can pay their team members by commission by their sales. Like it can be a product like item, it can be a like affiliate program, something like that.
Ah, that's interesting. Do you use any software to track that? Maybe like if it's a good idea, because the biggest, I actually was thinking about this recently, because we started the affiliate program as well. Most of the affiliate services don't do the payments. Then you have to do manually, right? And
we have to support it, I think, because
we have to support it. Yeah,
and
I
lots of
think
people is asking, they want to pay the salespeople by commission, and we should get that from the CRMs, or I don't know, wherever is it, and we should pull that and just calculate the payments. Right?
Yeah. And Celia, do you use any affiliate, tiered affiliate system currently? If you can share that with us, like if you like tap affiliate or something else, like we would love to check that out. And if something kind of we can integrate it. we can create an initiative to start to add affiliate systems as well, because a lot of companies have like affiliates. Yeah. Okay, using Kabaski's back. Yeah. Okay, we will definitely check into this. Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Yeah. Cool.
And Shaheen, we have one more thing. The income statement. Can you produce the income statement? And I didn't understand actually what was the question.
Income statement if for a US person or for an international person? Is it like I couldn't see the question. Where is that? Is it an open question?
It's in the chat.
In
not
the chat,
Q&A.
it says you can produce income statement, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there's a form, it depends on is it 1099 form or is it like specific? In some countries there's specific forms. Like we can generate 1099s, but if this is not for US payroll, so we don't do the US payroll yet. So but all the other forms for like W9, we can do that. 1099, we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we also track the transactions. An invoice is created upon each payment or transfer, so we can also give you that information.
Yeah. I can continue a little bit more.
Yeah, go ahead and show us some more. And Sumolings, if you have any questions, you can continue to leave those in the Q&A box.
Yeah, so we have these things. We define the categories as like these are the payment apps: Pioneer, Mercury Bank, remote payment, manual payment, transferwise reimbursement. Reimbursement is something that like you have to pay extra so they can come and request a payment. Like for now, people can use it for projects, people can use it for expenses. Anything is an extra. It's additional learning is something that you want to give them a bonus, or you want to give them an extra $100, or let's say for us, we pay offices sometimes. So we do that. So you can add additional learnings as well. So we have time tracking. We have 4 time tracking apps. This is free. This is based on our system. And we are actually get a lot of feedback from the community, a lot of feedback actually to add more like active track and few more. And I think we're gonna add nearly every good time tracking out there, and also open up the platform so any other time tracking app can add their system, apps in our system pretty easily. We're gonna do that as well. And in the management category, we have like if you share passwords, people, or if you are sharing something, you can put it in granted accounts, because it happens to me all the time. I share something and I totally forgot that I share. So we have the inventory. Some companies like Leo AR, the first demo company that I showed, they have MacBooks, phones that they give it to people, so you can track that. We have the private notes. We have the team app that I personally love Team App a lot, and we are putting a lot of thought behind it. This is like you can see your whole team, who is working with who is connected to who, and we're gonna add some more time zone related features here. So you will able to see them. Are they in the same time zone? How much time difference that they have? Like we're gonna add a lot of interesting things here, and we are like doubling down on this like I will say organizational chart for remote startups, but mostly focusing on time zones and the difference and the countries. And for the management, we have the documents that we were talking about. Like it's when you use our platform, you don't need to use DocuSign or HelloSign. We can easily with very few clicks, anyone you edit on the platform, you can assign any documents for them to fill it, to sign it. And this is the time off. This is like, it comes by default. We edit by default. This is like all the time off policies, local holidays, birthdays. So in many countries, there's different kind of time off policy. So we try to add them as well in our system. But most of the time, the startups, the companies handle this. Sometimes they give 30 days, sometimes they give 15 days, sometimes they give 7 days plus all the religious holiday, all the official holidays. So we are actually adding features all the time here to make it like a little bit like a more global time off system. Like in France, we have some company, they are a medical company. They have a lot of employees in France. I think in France, you have to give the official holiday plus 15 days extra, I think. So here you can create your own time offs. Yeah. So one question is like how many admin logins you can have. You can set anyone in the team as admin. So and anyone, admin means they see everything. So and you can define any team member as admin. Yeah.
And there is a question about PayPal. I think they are saying we have to use PayPal. We will support PayPal, but PayPal is not good for paying salaries, but we will add some PayPal stuff.
Yeah, because most of the people use PayPal because they quickly can get their money. But if you are doing that, and if we have this system and we can send money cheaper to their country, even dollars, and they don't need to pay the PayPal commission, we can do that too. So a lot of people come to our platform, decide over time they are switching from PayPal to remote payment actually, because we can automatize the whole thing. So, and for a lot of people, PayPal is a very good initial payment, but over the time, it's sort of expensive. It's like they ask for a lot of commissions. They can block the payments. Some countries don't support PayPal, but we want to support it. And but over time, the cool thing is we can calculate the commissions that they are giving, and then we can tell companies like if you use remote payment or if you use Transferize, if you use that, you will save this much money. We want to do that as well. So Stripe is for payments. It's not about this. So if you want to pay someone with credit cards, I think that's the question, right? We don't support that yet, because it's very complicated in US to pay an international payment or to make a payment through credit cards. There's some services like Plastic and some other services. We are talking with a payment provider to able to send money, pay someone through card for with credit cards. We are working on that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, see everything, but also in control of.
Yeah, they're referring to the admin there. So can an admin see everything, but also be in control of who gets paid?
Yes.
Yes, admins can get paid.
No, the question is different. In control of who is paid. So it's like a manager. Like you want to create a manager that manager pays these people, or if you are an admin, they can do the payments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the admins will have full control. And then for Lasagna, yeah, for the time tracking app, you can pause for lunch or you can pause as you see fit.
Yeah.
And those are all of the questions that we have here. Did you want to show us anything else? Do we have more?
I'm just checking the questions. I think we answered all of them, right?
I think we've gotten through all of them. I want my assistant to see everything, but not be able to pay people. So she wants to see if she can limit that capability.
That's a very good.
We don't have currently, but there are lots of requests coming that they want to add people. Some like they can approve time offs, but they can't be able to pay. So we are gonna support that, I think, in next month.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, that's like you want to add a like a manager, like a COO, like a HR person or operation person, but you don't want them to touch the payment piece. That's very fair. Yeah, that's like we should do that. So we have the time offs. So this was a like a lot of people request that's like, so there's when you have a global team, a remote team, like, and everyone is getting their time offs. A lot of companies use Notion or Google Doc or emails or Slack to track this, right? So we actually had a feature that anyone in the team can request the time offs. So if you go time offs here, so you're gonna see what kind of time offs they can, and we can smartly calculate the time offs calculations. So let's say you're a full-time person, and every month, let's say you tell them they're gonna have 12 days of holiday, right? We can give them the 12 days upfront, or we can do like rolling. Every month they get 1 day, every month they get 1 day. In US, the general approach is for 40 hours they get 1 hour. So we have that too. So if you in our system, you can create time of policies, and then you can tell them that they can have a time off they can have sick leave for 5 days, they can have 12 days, 15 days, 30 days, unlimited. Some startups gives unlimited. And then you can define these time policies as well. And the team members when they go to their dashboard, let me go to my personal dashboard. When they go to the dashboard, they can see how much time offs that they have, what kind of time offs they can use, and they can request a time off. I will say so I will say like from this day to this day I will not, and we show it smartly. The date is in weekend, so it doesn't count it, and then I need 16 hours, like I am super sick. Need to go to doctor. Thanks for understanding. And then you submit this, and then the cool thing is we can also, in the time offs, we can also request that they attach a file here, maybe a doctor report or something. So, and then in the admin, when you get the time offs for people who has employees in Europe, like you get they do a lot of time offs. So you have one pending time off request, and then you go and see it's this guy, and then you can approve it or reject it. If you reject it, I can say, can you give, we don't do this one, like, can you give more details? And then we can reject the time off or approve the time off. And then you see how much time offs that they can have. This is our SEO and marketing guy. So he has 7 days of time offs they can use. He requested 2 days, and you can see his balance here. Yeah, this is a lot of people use this like all the time. Yeah.
Awesome. We have a question here. What other languages do you support?
Right now just English, but we will add. We have a internal project that we are working on to move everything into multi-language system, and then we're gonna put it in crowding that we will even open up to the world, and we will translate it. We want to translate it to every single language out there. But we
awesome.
we have to do that. Yeah,
I'm sure that is a massive undertaking, but very cool.
Yeah, we have to do that. Like, and the cool thing is right now, today's world is like, we're gonna open up that to the world. Like, if someone in Brazil didn't like our language translation, they can also submit and add, and then the system will translate. But probably we're gonna translate it to top 20 or 40 languages in the beginning. Yeah, we want to do that.
Amazing. Sumolings, any more questions that you have, you can go ahead and pass them this way. Yeah, you're welcome. Most of my employees are in the Philippines. Can I easily pay them? And what are the fees? Also, can I track their time and see what they're doing on the computer? Most of
I
this
think
is gone
Joseph,
through,
you can answer this.
Yeah, I get a lot of questions around this. So yeah, you can easily pay them. The fees are going to vary a little bit. TransferWise has a little bit of its own fee, but then also, you know, the currency exchange, and it'll probably won't be too expensive if you use TransferWise. And then, so you can track their time and see what they're doing. There's a screenshot monitoring feature that Desktime offers, for example, which is one of our app integrations. Unfortunately, at this time, though, Desktime will be an additional charge for your employees, but they do have that feature, so you can see exactly what apps are using, what websites are going on, kind of all their computer activities. So that's been a highly, highly requested feature and something we're definitely looking into. And then we have a few other time tracking apps that we want to integrate with here pretty soon that I believe will be a little cheaper than some of the ones we offer now, and will have the same features. So hopefully that answers it to the fullest degree. And
There is another question. Yeah.
Yeah, for Lasagna, yeah, you can track with remote teams. So our app, the check-in app, is a little bit simpler version. So you won't have screenshot monitoring or be able to, have like a project basis where you can see what project they're working on or the apps or website. But you will be able to, check in and then check out when you're working. So you can easily track your time, or your employees can easily track their time.
Awesome. All right, that looks like the end of our questions. I think I'm going to wrap it up. Does that sound okay? For getting the amount of codes, interesting question. The amount of codes, if I have 200 employees, do I buy 200 codes? I cannot imagine that's the math, but you tell me.
Yeah, so the first code is 25, it goes by 25 employees generally. So the first code would be $59, and it's 25 employees for that code. Second code, it's like 118, I think, and 50 people. So it would pretty much go like that progressively. So you can buy, I believe, up to 10 codes or so, and then that would probably fulfill that 200 employees.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you everybody for your questions. I'm going to come back on the camera and wrap this up. All right, Sumolings, if you have not already, you can redeem your code at appsumo.com/remote team. It is starting at just $59 for a lifetime deal. And of course, to get more employees, you can stack more codes. They are backed by AppSumo's 60-day guarantee. So go ahead, get started, see how this works for you and for your team. If you have any questions, you can, of course, leave those on the deal page. I'm sure they are happy to answer them. Thank you, Shaheen, Joseph, Adam, everybody for joining us today. You all are awesome. And thank you, Sumolings. Everybody have a good one.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.